I've been interested in people with polio, I guess, as part of my training in physical medicine rehabilitation. They're a unique group of people among the rehabilitation population. When I was being trained and as a physician 40 years ago now, what was unique about them is that while most of rehabilitation is trying to pick up the pieces and put life together after some type of tragedy happens from an illness or injury, polio's had that problem before I became a physician. So as a rehabilitation physician, I found them a very challenging group of people because they were intelligent, they were involved in their life in spite of their physical disability, and they were facing new challenges now as they faced the late effects of polio and post-polio syndrome symptoms.
I've been treating post-polio patients for about 20 years now. And my role is, well, being one of the doctors on the course here. Well, I'm not a polio survivor, so I come from the professional side. And about 20 years ago, I got in contact with Sunny Roller, who was in Germany looking at spa treatments in Germany. This is how I met and how we met, and then basically I got interested in post-polio and have been treating patients with post-polio ever since.
It's been particularly meaningful, I guess, to have this retreat here at Warm Springs, and as we've delved in even more into the history of Franklin Roosevelt and how he started the Warm Springs Institute of Rehabilitation here, to know that it's always been sort of a companionship of the polio patients, polio people, not as patients, but really as companions. And Roosevelt treated him that way. He thought he was a doc, or they called him doc.
In '35, when I learned to stand with my braces and crutches, I was invited to a Thanksgiving dinner with the president. And I didn't want to go. But when I met the president, he said, "Little girl, what is your name?" I told him Suzanne. I love the name Suzanne, but I'd like to call you Susie. Is that all right? And I said, uh-huh. And guess what we called him? Rosie. And older children call him Doc Roosevelt.
It's been really very heartwarming to get feedback from each of the participants. They have been just really thrilled with the environment, the camaraderie that has been developed between each other. I think that I dare say that many of the participants have learned as much from each other as they have from the team members, which is exactly the environment that we were looking for.
The only complaint I guess I've heard is that people are tired from doing everything because they want to do it all. Which is an okay complaint, but I'm just really pleased with the fact that people are feeling that they're cared for, that they're being listened to, that they're learning good stuff, that they're having fun, and they're getting to know each other, they're connecting, and they want to do it in other places.
Hearing the stories from some of the people who were here and knew Roosevelt in those days because they were young workers or kids at the Institute, polio kids at the Institute, was really special, and it'll be a memory, I think, that I know professionally and personally I will take home, and I suspect many of the other people here at the retreat will do the same.
Well, I think that I'll say that the history that is here is just phenomenal. I had no idea, and as I said, it's very much a learning experience for myself, and I'm very honored that we were asked to participate.
It was really unique to be at Warm Springs with the history of post-polio, and it was just amazing to see people that were here when they were children and have just had very successful lives, and just credit a lot to what happened in their lives here at Warm Springs.
There's a huge polio history, and to see the campers, the kids return as participants in the wellness retreat to return home to Warm Springs was wonderful.